Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz today visited the Nova Music Festival exhibition in Culver City, which commemorates the massacre at the outdoor festival 1 year ago today. More than 400 people were murdered by Hamas terrorists at the festival not far from Israel's border with Gaza. The exhibit features the stories of women who survived the attack, bringing to light vivid details of the horrific event and the 6 sex crimes committed against them.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell giving us a look inside the immersive exhibit, recounting a day that will never be forgotten.
As we mark the anniversary of the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel, much of the work that's been done the past year in Los Angeles focuses on telling the story of what happened, specifically the sexual violence committed against Israeli women, some who survived, others who did not. For sex crimes prosecutor Jennifer Long, who is not Israeli or Jewish and had no direct connection to October 7th, she spent the past year studying and telling these stories as part of the group I Believe Israeli Women.
I noticed something that was horrifically extraordinary, which was that in our field, which is a field that's pretty loud around sexual violence and injustice, there was a really audible silence. The politics were injected into something that is, by its very nature, apolitical. Sexual violence, it's never acceptable. It's never something to condone. It's never something that someone had coming.
This horrible thing happens on October 7th. The news reports come out. There's no secret to what happened to the women. And where were all of the women's organizations? And so that's really what started this movement to say, when we've stood up for women across the globe and here in our country, where are those voices now? It was, Me Too, except for Jews.
Some of the sexual violence that took place on October 7th occurred at the Nova Music Festival. That festival has been recreated as an exhibition currently in Los Angeles to honor the victims and survivors and tell the story of what was meant to be a beautiful gathering of young people. Noah Beer ran onto one of the stages at Nova to stop the music when she learned the attack was underway and was later shot at while fleeing in a vehicle.
This has nothing to do with countries or borders. These are people, we are people that went to a music festival like any other person would, and over 400 of our friends haven't come home.
The exhibit is an immersive experience with testimonials from survivors, remnants of the festival grounds including tents, porta potties, burned cars, and items left behind. I Believe Israeli Women held an event last month at the exhibit with leading women in the entertainment industry from a variety of diverse backgrounds to learn and discuss the atrocities of October 7th. Attendees included Academy Award-winning actress Octavia Spencer and Sharon Osbourne.
Their voices were silenced on that day. And for those who survived and who told the stories about what they heard and then what they saw and then not to be believed, that's why we're doing what we're doing.
It's really easy to hate and it's so much harder to love. And if I can spread more love, if I can change even one person from a state of hating to a state of loving, I'm doing the right thing.
The Nova exhibit has been extended here in Los Angeles through October 20th. For more information, you can visit novaexhibition.com.